Welcome back to Hashtag That. I'm Brianna Trachtenberg.
And I'm Keith Savage. From Super Mario Wonder to the Chalk Art Festival, we're back with the latest entertainment news updates.
All that and more from Hamden to Hollywood, we are your source for Quinnipiac's entertainment news.
From Hamden to Hollywood, we are your source for Quinnipiac's entertainment news.
On Friday, George Clooney and other A-list actors made a proposal to attempt to end the actors' strike. Clooney and other prominent actors met with SAG-AFTRA union leaders Fran Drescher and Duncan Crabtree Ireland over Zoom last week. During the meeting, they proposed changes that included removing a $1 million cap on membership dues and having the higher-paid actors pay larger residuals than the lower-paid actors. Clooney told Deadline that, quote, "A lot of top actors want to be a part of the solution. These negotiations will be ongoing, but we wanted to show that we're all in this together and find ways to help close the gap on actors getting paid," end quote. Fran Drescher called the proposal generous, but said that it wouldn't work because since the union is federally regulated, the employer must be the one who contributes to their pension and health funds. For now, the strike will continue until an agreement can be made.
Pop star Britney Spears revealed in her upcoming memoir, The Woman in Me, that she had an abortion while dating singer Justin Timberlake over 20 years ago. Spears wrote, quote, "If it had been left up to me alone, I would have done it, and yet Justin was so sure that he didn't want to be a father," end quote. Spears also said that is one of the most agonizing things she has ever experienced after the two broke up in 2002. Spears had 2 children with her second husband, Kevin Federline. The memoir will be coming out on October 24th.
Actress Sophia Bush and professional soccer player Ashlyn Harris went on a first date after both recently divorcing their former partners. 2 months ago, Bush and her former husband Grant Hughes filed for divorce after being married for 13 months. While they may no longer be in a relationship, the two still run their nonprofit together and remain good friends. Harris had filed for divorce with her former wife and fellow pro soccer player Ali Krieger back in September as well. An inside source told People magazine that, quote, "After being friends for years and running in the same social circles, Sophia and Ashlyn went out on their first dinner date a couple of weeks ago," end quote. Both Bush and Harris are happy to begin this next chapter of their lives.
Rapper Post Malone is making noise down in Texas. The artist has partnered with NFL team Dallas Cowboys and Raising Cane's to make a themed restaurant. Malone said, quote, "Growing up in Dallas, I've been a fan of the Dallas Cowboys and Canes since I was a kid. So it is an honor to be part of this collaboration with 2 of the greatest bands in history," end quote. The place will include memorabilia, a vending machine with exclusive merchandise, and much more. In April, the Texas native opened a personally designed Raising Cane's in Utah over the summer. The food chain also made 4 custom-made cups inspired by Malone's tattoos. Quinnipiac Theater Company has put on a performance of Babes in Arms this past weekend. And here with the inside scoop of the show is Shayna Barry.
What's up, hashtag? It's Shayna, and today I got to talk to some of the talented people behind Babes in Arms. Quinnipiac Theater's production of Babes in Arms is a musical about teenagers who band together to put on a play production while also facing the harsh realities of life.
So Billy is actually a hobo, a girl hobo, or a boette as she likes to call herself, and she kind of comes along into this town of vaudeville kids, having no parents and no home, and ends up finding a home within these kids.
Marshall is a choreographer at heart, but also loves music, loves writing music, and is very ambitious, protective of his friends and also the space that he chooses to create in, and really just wants to make art and put it on stage. Marshall's trip into the city and away from his home, we kind of broke up into like the acting portion of which is what I played Marshall's actual experience, and kind of the dichotomy between that, how you manage that unbridled rage or intense sadness or extreme happiness in certain moments, and the fluctuation between that while also being socially acceptable on the outside. It's a really important message, and I'm glad people seem to be receiving it very well.
When I first read through Babes in Arms, I was honestly very confused. There's multiple flashbacks, a lot happens, we have characters that end up leaving and going to different places and then they come back. But all in all, once we kind of read through, especially once we had everybody like playing their own roles and reading their own roles, I instantly sort of fell in love with this show. As our director, Rory, kind of called it during our circle before our show today, it's a play about theater kids being theater kids. Like, it is the most theater kid musical you could possibly put on, because it's literally a musical about a bunch of kids putting on a show and doing what they love.
Come to the show. It's a bunch of fun. Come laugh with us.
Babes in Arms had their opening performance this past Friday and will continue to have performances from Thursday to Saturday, their last being on Saturday, October 28th. That's all I have for today. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies. Selfie, nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's split a ride home.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What? I can't drive.
Why?
My.
Oh.
Alex Kendall visited the Chalk Arts Festival this past weekend. Let's take a look at what she saw.
What's up, hashtag? It's Alex. Today I'm at the Yale Shops in New Haven for the 6th Chalk Art Festival. Artists will be competing for bragging rights and gift cards to the Yale Shops. Some of the other activities include face painting, live music, and a roaming magician. I can't wait to see what this festival will bring. Let's go check it out.
So this is my second year doing this festival with my friend Michael. We work at Catalyst Art Studio in Wallingford, and both of us actually wanted to do it separately. We found out about it and decided to group up together. And we had so much fun last year that we just couldn't wait to come back. So at first I decided to do it because I thought it would be like just a fun, kind of easy thing to do. And then we found out how technical and how hard it could be. We saw some other artists really bringing up their game, so such as using stencils, using water with brushes, and we just decided to get better and better. We like the competition, but we also like to compete against ourselves.
Anytime somebody walks by and sees chalk art, you smile. It's a great way to get outside and stay in an artsy mood. A lot of arts usually confine us to indoors, so it's a great time to go and enjoy the weather. I use toothbrushes, old toothbrushes, to do a lot of the gradient work. This is a finer ground than what I'm used to working on, so I actually get to put a lot more detail than I usually do. I really do this as for fun. This is my first time being in official capacity. I usually do a lot more digital, so I love seeing everybody's techniques and the differences. It's just really fun.
The blending part is mostly the hands. It's all hands, in my opinion. It's scrubbing, smudging, figuring out what colors would look good together if you're mixing them, almost similar to a watercolor. There's a lot of, in my opinion, a huge sea of art as far as even on the local level goes. And so being able to kind of highlight people, and especially the contest part of it, give them gratification and support those artists is very important. So I feel like coming here with a full plan and then seeing the size that you have to work with might encumber your plan. You might freak out. But the fact that we had almost no idea going into this, it almost allowed us to meld it around the size and shape that they're providing to us.
I had so much fun exploring the Chalk Art Festival this year. It was great being able to see all the different styles and techniques that the artists were using. If you're ever curious, definitely come and check it out. But that's it from me. Back to you guys at the desk.
We're back with hashtag that, and let's get real, and here to fill us in is Lane Dubin.
Thanks, guys. Starting off, Ronnie Ortiz Magro, reality star on Jersey Shore Family Vacation, tearfully apologized to his former roommates on a recent episode. Ronnie hadn't seen most of the cast in 2 years due to his struggles with sobriety, mental health, an arrest for an alleged domestic violence, and a custody battle for his 5-year-old daughter, Ariana. He took this opportunity to apologize and reflect on his actions, acknowledging the hurt that he has caused. Ronnie expressed remorse for his past behavior and the impact on his friends, recognizing that he had been at his worst during that period, saying, quote, "I really do take responsibility for everything that has happened in my life, and it's been my fault. It's been my actions, it's been my decisions, it's been on me," end quote. The episode concluded with Ronnie inviting his friends to share their feelings and grievances, which will continue into the next episode. Moving on, Dancing with the Stars' Riley Arnold, the show's newest professional dancer, and her partner, Harry Jowsey, garnered their highest scores to date with a quick-step routine portraying Woody and Bo Peep from Toy Story. However, a controversial twist unfolded as viewers noticed that Riley and Harry's performance closely mirrored Riley's sister Lindsay's routine from 2019, down to the music choice and near-identical costumes. Lindsay is a former dancer with Dancing with the Stars, and she's a professional. This all ignited conversation amongst fans on Reddit, with some speculating about possible choreographic assistance or imitation from Lindsay. One Reddit user said, quote, "Obviously choreo is reused sometimes, but to the exact same song, at the exact same part, on the exact same theme night," end quote. Overall, fans seem to be unbothered by the accusations, as do Harry and Riley as they advance to this next week's competition. Finally, the 4th episode of The Golden Bachelor just dropped this Thursday, and the Golden Bachelor himself, Gary Turner, has identified 3 contestants who have captured his interest. April Kirkwood, a 65-year-old therapist, spoke about her unique strategy during her time on Gary Turner's season of The Golden Bachelor. She explained faking her injury during the group pickleball day to secure extra time with Gary in order to have this most recent episode, quote, "A girl's gotta do what a girl's gotta do. I mean, if you put me in Jurassic times, I'm gonna bring it," end quote. According to April and the other contestants, they were unaware of her bruise, but it ultimately backfired as she genuinely injured her ankle after leaving the show. Despite her own elimination, April predicts that Teresa might be Gary's final choice, while considering Leslie and Ellen as potential contenders. She emphasized that the experience on The Golden Bachelor provided her with a healing and a reconnection with her past self. April expressed her readiness to embrace new experiences, explaining that she's ready for whatever life brings her way. She even hinted at the possibility of starring as the first Golden Bachelorette in the future, suggesting that she's prepared for the challenge and is ready to make an impression on potential suitors. That's it for this week's hashtag Let's Get Real. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Lane. Martin Scorsese's Killers of a Flower Moon just released, and here with the inside scoop is film beat reporter Ryan Zayax.
Hey hashtag, it's Ryan, and today I'm going to be talking about the newly released Martin Scorsese epic Killers of the Flower Moon and everything surrounding it. The picture stars huge names like Leonardo DiCaprio and Robert De Niro, who are making their 6th and 10th respective collaboration with the acclaimed director. This will also mark the first time that all 3 join forces on a feature film. Killers also features super talented stars such as Lily Gladstone, Jesse Plemons, and Brendan Fraser. Based on a novel of the same name by David Grann, the film's plot surrounds a wealthy Native American tribe in Osage, Oklahoma, whose members go missing after oil is discovered on their land, prompting the FBI to investigate. Martin Scorsese is no stranger to creating long movies. Killers of the Flower Moon clocks in at a whopping 3 hours and 26 minutes without an intermission. It's 21 minutes longer than Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer, which is a film that some lamented due to how long it was. With Killers being a slow-paced adult drama with such a massive runtime, we here at hashtag wondered if that would deter people from seeing the film, so we asked students at Quinnipiac this question in this poll, and here are the results. Killers of the Flower Moon will also be facing some steep competition, whether it be the Taylor Swift Eras Tour documentary in its 2nd weekend in theaters, alongside the release of Insomniac's Marvel's Spider-Man 2 for PlayStation, which drops the same day as the film. However, this is nothing new for director-driven movies, but Killers has a lot going for it and a ton of momentum. According to CDR, the picture is set to open on 3,500 screens across the country, which is an all-time high for Scorsese's filmography, making this picture as Scorsese's first worldwide theatrical release since 2013's The Wolf of Wall Street. And if all else fails, this won't be the last time that we see Martin Scorsese and Leonardo DiCaprio collaborate, as David Grand confirmed to a French outlet that the dynamic duo will reunite to create an adaptation of Grand's nonfiction book, The Wager, Tale of Shipwreck, Mutiny and Murder, which will be the two's next project, continuing Martin Scorsese's 2007 Oscar wish, where after winning Best Director, Scorsese claimed that he wanted to work with Leonardo DiCaprio for another 12 years, which is a wish that has been long fulfilled. Thank you all for listening. This is Ryan Zayek from #that. Back to you with the desk.
When we adopt a shelter pet, we discover they're a unique mix of all kinds of things.
Come on, Drew, spot on this last one. There it is. Keep going with it. Leo.
They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love.
We're back with this week's New York Minute, here to fill us in on all the latest East Coast entertainment news is Samantha Shaw.
Thanks, guys. We're heading into the Big Apple with our first story. Kelly Clarkson of The Kelly Clarkson Show recently opened up in an interview with USA Today about how moving her show from Los Angeles to New York has lifted a weight off of her shoulders. After her divorce from ex-husband Brandon Blackstock in March of 2022, Clarkson quoted, "I knew I needed a fresh start and couldn't be in LA. I really wanted to be in Montana, but you can't really do a show from there quite yet. So I was like, the only other option would probably be New York," end quote. Clarkson has also explained that her kids River Rose, age 9, and Remington Alexander, age 7, love living on the East Coast with their mom. She also mentioned that love isn't out of the picture, though she doesn't think she will ever get married again. What do you guys think about her move from Los Angeles to New York?
I mean, I definitely think it was the right move for her. I completely understand wanting to get a fresh start, wanting to move out of that place where she had spent so long with her ex-husband and just trying to get rid of that part of her past. And I think, you know what, she's going to have a lot of success in New York. A lot of shows like Jimmy Fallon and Seth Meyers, who are similar concepts to Kelly Clarkson, have had a lot of success. They've had these long-running night shows where they've been able to get these big viewerships and have this big audience every night. So I think that she's going to do a good job and that she's going to be okay.
I completely agree with that. It's going to be no problem getting those stars to get on the show in New York, but if she went to Montana like she said she wanted, there's no way she'd get any real stars. It'd be a difficult process. But overall, she's going to do great over here in New York, not too far from over here in Connecticut. But overall, I think Kelly Clarkson is going to do a great job. All the big stars are going to keep coming up. I don't see someone saying, I don't want to go to the Big Apple, because it's the Big Apple. Everyone wants to go there.
I mean, you're right, Keith. It's New York City. It's who doesn't want to go to New York? I mean, and also, like, the only place you could really go is to New York. Like you said, you can't really do a show anywhere. I mean, it's either LA or New York. They're like the two entertainment capitals of the world. So I completely understand making the move there, and I think that she's going to have a successful time. And honestly, I think that her show's going to grow even more and just become even better than what it was before.
Yeah, she's not getting even more new fan base coming from people in New York can come overall, but I'm interested to hear. Samantha, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I completely agree with you guys. I think that having a show in Montana is a pretty awesome goal for the future. I just think that having more cities with that massive kind of talk show would be so great to have, and like I personally would want to go to Montana. But also I think that having a show in New York is just going to grow her popularity base a lot, because I know people aren't going to want to just fly out to LA to see her show. They're going to want to go where it's convenient. And I think that the people in LA have already seen her show. Now it's time for the people in New York to see the show. And she's going to have so much to gain from that. She can have Broadway stars. She can have concerts. She can have pretty much anyone she wants. Like you said, it's the Big Apple. But moving on, Emmy-nominated actress Elle Fanning is set to make her Broadway debut in Braden Jacob Jensen's show, Appropriate, on December 18th. Fanning is most known for starring in movies such as Maleficent and Maleficent, Mistress of Evil. She will be joined on stage by Emmy, Golden Globe, and SAG Award winner Sarah Paulson, along with Corey Stoll from House of Cards, Natalie Gold from Succession, and Alyssa Emily Marvin from Grey House, with more cast left to be announced. This play will also be Jacob Jenkins' playwriting debut. What do you guys think about Elle Fanning coming to Broadway, and how do you think she's going to do?
I personally think she's going to do great. She is a great actress. She's been doing this for over 20 years. She's young and was doing it as a kid. She started Daddy's Daycare with Eddie Murphy in 2003, but she keeps on getting better and better. Recently had a show and on Hulu in just a few months ago, but she was nominated for an Emmy. Really talented actress. I think she's going to do great work here in Broadway.
I mean, I agree with you, Keith. She not only was on that show nominated for an Emmy, but she also played a warrior in the live-action Maleficent that came out a couple of years ago, but she really did a great job with that. It's also a lot of actors that have made the move have had a lot of success, like Daniel Radcliffe, Dove Cameron. They've all gone from film to Broadway and have been able to make the transition with pretty easily. Also, actors jump back and forth all the time, like Hugh Jackman, Josh Gad. They've all kind of have switched, and they've been able to still perform just as well on Broadway as they do on film. So I think that she's going to do a great job.
Yeah, I completely agree with you again, but I want to hear. Samantha, what are your thoughts on this?
I don't think she's going to have any problem with it. I mean, she's been in so many films, like as a kid up until now. She's had such a variety in roles as well. She's had to be professional in front of A-list actors and hotshot directors that a live audience isn't going to scare her. And with the play being newer to the Broadway scene, I think that she's going to have such a fresh and original take on the role that anyone who's going is really going to enjoy seeing. But yeah, I'm honestly really excited to see it, and I think that more people should follow in her footsteps. I know I get really excited when I see that an A-list actor's coming to Broadway, because it just means that they're really trying to expand their craft and just give back to the audiences who love to see it. But that's all the time we have left for New York Minute. We'll be back right after this commercial break.
I know what you're thinking. I need a job. I need a new career.
Well, I've been there.
I've been there.
I've been there. I wasn't happy with what I was doing. After high school, I didn't have a plan.
I just wanted to start working. I got laid off twice, but you gotta keep going.
You just need the right skills. Find an apprenticeship.
I found a 2-year IT program.
I found a medical course online.
I'm now a consultant in the tech space.
You have more options than you think. You can do this. You will find something.
You will find something new.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made home ownership happen. Homeschooling yourself on loans, beefing up your credit score.
So I'm pre-approved.
You were like, yes! Sorry. Color coding listings, ticking boxes, and flushing every toilet in a 20-mile radius. Home sweet home. You aced house hunting. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
Honey, what I think you need is a socket wrench.
I played JV basketball.
I'm sorry. I don't think it looks right.
This is good, and it's all good, baby.
Is it really all good?
If you love me enough to routinely test your handyman skills, not to mention the strength of your marriage, then of course you'll visit nhtsa.gov/therightseat to make sure I'm in the right car seat.
I'm gonna call my dad.
Michael Katzflin and Sean Falukovich are here with their thoughts on the new Super Mario Bros. Wonder game. What do you guys have for us?
Hey, a hashtag. It's me, a Michael.
And it's me, Sean. Today we have the latest on Mario's newest adventure, Super Mario Bros. Wonder.
After 15 years in the new Super Mario Bros. Series, Nintendo has finally decided to take 2D Mario in a brand new direction.
With a new art style, more expressive animations, music, and gameplay shakeups, Super Mario Wonder has plenty to offer new and old fans alike.
Producer Takashi Tezuka has been doing a lot of press for the game and has revealed not only stuff about the game, but some hidden truths of development of previous entries.
For example, when hit from the side by a Goomba, Mario takes damage. But as revealed by Tezuka in a developer interview, the reasoning behind this is because the Goombas bite Mario and co. And that new animation has made its way into Mario Wonder.
It's real nice to see everyone's face become more expressive. Tezuka mentioned how they really dumped their budget into facial expressions to be more like what we saw in the Mario movie. When you compare the animation style between Wonder and other 2D Mario entries such as New Super Mario Bros. U, the characters have some sort of reaction instead of having the same straight face throughout everything apart from the deaths and goal points.
Very true. Everything just has so much more personality now. From running to jumping, even entering a pipe, Mario has to grab his hat, and it's those nice touches that make Wonder such a refreshing experience.
Yeah, agreed. And speaking of Wonder, this game introduces the Wonder Flower, which changes up the stage and the gameplay in unique ways. Some ways they do this are pipes moving, changes to the environment, new movement styles such as walking on walls and turning into bubbles. We also get a brand new power-up, the Elephant Fruit, which turns Mario and friends into elephants.
It really was a bit of a shock to see that in the trailers, as we've never seen a power-up that actually transforms the characters into something else. Speaking of characters, we have plenty of old and new characters joining the adventure. Mario, Luigi, and the Toads are here as you might expect, but also is Princess Peach and Daisy. We've also got Toadette, as well as the Yoshis and Nabbit as an easy mode character that can't take damage from enemies, making them perfect for novice players.
Yeah, no, agreed. It's very interesting to see Yoshi being a fully playable character this time around, after years of just being a different mode of transportation for a single level. Other players can still jump on him and have the one controlling him move them around, which includes other Yoshis hopping on each other. This also makes Daisy's first appearance in a mainline Mario game. Tezuka revealed that this inclusion was due to his daughters fighting over who gets to play as Peach every time, so I had Daisy to create a nice compromise between the two.
Speaking of Peach, like I said, she's playable this time around, which means the story has kind of moved away from the classic Bowser kidnaps Peach, which is refreshing to see that they're giving her a more prominent role rather than just being the damsel in distress.
That's all we have time for. I'm Michael.
And I'm Sean. Back to you guys at the desk.
This week, Brianna and I will be playing Finish the Lyric, Big Time Russian Listen. So let's get started. So let's see, the very first one. It's been a long week, been working overtime. I need a hot beat to get this party right. If that's from,
I think
it's Big Night.
I was gonna say, you know what, Keith?
No,
I think it's City is Ours. I think the answer is D.
I agree with City. I think it's City is Ours.
Think
Yeah.
it is?
I don't know
Alright,
why. Big Night's yeah, City is Ours.
Let's see.
Let's see what it is.
Oh,
I was correct. I should have stuck with my answer.
Dang, Keith, you should have stuck with your answer. But all right, let's see the second one. I'm trying to speak, but girl, you got me tongue-tied. I know what this one is.
This is easy.
Keith.
It's Paralyzed.
It's Paralyzed.
No question. That one.
It's one of my favorite.
I can't doubt myself.
Songs.
I gotta stay with myself. I know it's Paralyzed.
I know. I have to be. There it goes. It's Paralyzed.
One of the newest songs that kind of released, and I'm a big fan of it. Great song.
It's one of my favorite Big Time Rush songs, and I mean, I love the music video for it. So.
Yeah, let's see what this third one is. We're picking up from where we started. We're gonna take it one step further. Never leave us broken-hearted tonight.
Keith, what do you think it is?
I'm not exactly.
I think it might be.
Let's see once again.
Well, it might be
I think it's confetti
falling. Yeah, I think that's what it is. But
yeah.
we'll have to see. What is it?
Get Up.
Let's Get Up. Oh, yeah.
I'm not looking too great right now.
No, it's okay. You know.
All right.
All right. Wherever the wind blows me, you're still the one, and only go on my mind. I think this one. I think I know this one.
Worldwide.
Yep, it's worldwide, Keith. I think I agree with you.
Iconic. That's what this song is, and it's worldwide.
It definitely is. There we go. Iconic music video. Iconic song.
All right, last one. Let's check it out.
Let's see.
It's like the sound goes off and people all freeze. They disappear and it's just for you and me. What you got?
I think it's either Count on You and Nothing Even Matters. What do you think it is, Keith?
I'm trying to process through my head. I think it's Nothing Even Matters. You know, it's just a jam. Nothing Even Matters. It doesn't get much better than that. What a great song. But that's the one I think I'm going with. But I'm not completely confident. But I was confident in myself in the first one, and I was correct.
Right,
so I'm saying it's Nothing Even Matters.
There we go. Nothing Even Matters.
Just stick with your gut.
It's another great song. But I think we did a pretty good job, Keith. But that is all we have this week on #that.
Make sure to follow us on our social media account to stay up to date.
I'm Brianna Trachtenberg.
And I'm Keith Savage from the producers, talent and everyone working hard behind the scenes. Thank you for watching #that, and we'll see you again next week.